Queen Anne's County Housing Authority joined us in the studio to introduce some of their staff and tell us about some of the programs and services they provide. They also updated us on some of the many accomplishments and changes they've made since Wanda Sheppard, the new executive director, came on board last year. I'm here today with Donna Walls from the Housing Authority. Tell us a little bit about your position with the Housing Authority.
As of December 3rd, I was property manager for Terrapin Grove, which is a senior complex, Foxtown, which is also a senior complex, as well as being scattered site housing manager and waitlist manager.
What's the scattered site program?
Scattered site housing is housing for FSS program participants that after 5 years of them leasing the home from the Housing Authority, they are required to purchase the house. So it's a step to help them.
Oh, that's great. To get their own house.
Yes, sir.
Get on their own 2 feet on that. Tell me about what you feel are some of your accomplishments this year.
Okay. At Terrapin Grove, managing Terrapin Grove, we have renovated all 9 cottage floors, bathroom floors that is. We had a little bit of issue with those. They have been repaired. We are in the process now of enlarging the laundry room in the main building at Terrapin Grove.
So you have some separate cottages outside
yes, we
of the
do.
building?
We do. We have 9 cottages.
Building, and then how many units do you have in the main building?
I have 84 units in the main building and 9 cottages.
Is that the whole building? Do you guys manage the whole building?
No. Department of Aging has the senior center, which is connected to, so it's actually one building. I'm manager of Foxtown as well. We haven't had a whole lot of any kind of renovating to do. It's a new building. It's only 4.5 years old. So it's basically still.
Oh yeah, that's a brand new place up there.
Right.
So most of the modifications you've been doing are down at Terrapin Grove
That's
this year.
correct.
I'm guessing you probably go from one of your locations to another location each year,
sir.
and maybe you have certain projects you do at each one.
Well,
on a schedule
yeah.
or one as needed basis.
Yes, exactly.
What do you feel like are some of the things that you spend the most time on in your job? Because I'm sure you have tons of stuff to do.
Well, it's probably the leasing process and the recertification when they come up for their annual review.
Right.
That's a lot of time. It's time consuming to get that all done.
That's great. What do you like most about your job?
My tenants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You enjoy.
I enjoy spending time with them. Yes. They're just a great group of people.
That's a great.
I couldn't give you the count, but it's a pretty good count.
Well, thanks. Thanks a lot. It's good to see you again.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Thanks. I'm here with Natalia Miles from the Housing Authority. How long have you been working for Queen Anne's County?
It will be 6 years in March.
So have you been with the Housing Authority the whole time?
Yes.
During that?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your position for the Housing Authority.
Okay, my position is the property manager of Riverside and Fisher Manor. I help the tenants out. I help them with, I do the recertifications and any work orders or anything they gotta get done in their property, in their apartments.
Their units. What kind of certification is that you work on? They have to be certified for?
The annually recertification, the lease. We do yearly leases, so we gotta recertify every year.
That they're eligible for the program?
Correct.
In order to get a space or a unit in one of those places?
Yes.
Tell me what you feel are some of your accomplishments during the past year.
At Fisher Manor, we have replaced all of the doors, windows, and sheds. We have upgraded the cameras. We have, right now we're working on replacing the 10 floors from tile to wood.
Okay.
And we just finished making the building, the property energy efficient.
What'd you do? What are some of the things you did to make it energy efficient or more energy efficient?
We had Delmarva come in and replace all the light bulbs, the water faucets,
Put in some
in the
faucets
bathroom
that
and
use
the kitchen.
Use less water.
Correct.
They put in some light bulbs that are probably fluorescents or
They are, yes.
Use low energy light bulbs.
Yes.
That's neat. That probably helps a lot.
Yes.
Save some money for the whole program. Tell us about some of the work that you've done at Riverside.
Riverside, we also replaced the windows and the doors. We also made it energy efficient, and we just finished fixing and sealing the parking lot
And where is Riverside located?
in Chester.
In Chester, okay. What do you like most about your job?
I like to work with my tenants. I like to help them out and be able to know that you can help people out.
That's interesting. That's what Donna said too. So you guys are driven to the job. It sounds
Yes.
like
It has its challenges, but it's really nice, and it is really rewarding when you can help somebody out and you can see that they appreciate it.
So you do find that a lot of the tenants appreciate
Yes.
everything you guys do. Well, that's good. It makes your job good.
Yes.
Thanks so much for coming in. It's been nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Thanks.
Okay.
Renee Carter has joined us in the studio today. She works for the Housing Authority also. Renee, tell me a little bit about your position with the Housing Authority.
Well, George, I'm the property manager for Graysonville Terrace Apartments. That's a senior development located in Graysonville, Maryland. And recently, I've been given the responsibilities of Terrapin Grove Senior Apartments, which is located in Stevensville, Maryland. And I'm delightful to have them both.
In Graysonville, I already heard that only part of the overall Terrapin Grove area is under what you guys manage. Is it the same way in Graysonville? Because they have a senior center there, right?
Correct. There is a Graysonville Senior Center in Graysonville, Maryland, and then there's the apartments. So the seniors have the ability to go to the senior center for activities if they like, and it also is the same situation in Stevensville.
So walking distance, all sort of in the same area?
Yes, and
Oh,
at
that's
Terrapin
nice.
Grove, which is really nice, they never have to come outside. There's actually a corridor that leads from the apartments to the senior center. So it's really nice.
Yeah, that's great. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's a social thing. I'm sure it'll keep them going.
Oh yes, and they're able to have meals there if they're they don't feel good, they don't want to cook in their apartment that particular day. They can contact the senior center and eat meals at the center, so they can walk directly from their apartment to the senior centers and receive a hot meal. And many of the tenants at both our sites take part on that.
And they can take part in the events that they have. And do they have a
Yes.
gym at some of those places?
They
and
do. They have a gym.
Classes.
Yes, at Terrapin Grove, actually, we have our gym located in the building. We also have a library. We have a lounge. We have a patio with a grill. We have a
that's
community
nice.
room, and we have a guest suite, which is really nice because if you have out-of-town guests or family to visit you and you don't have the room in your apartment, they can contact the Housing Authority and they can actually rent the guest suite while they're visiting a friend or relative
and
at
then
the
they'll
development.
Be right on site. So
It's perfect.
that's
perfect.
a great thing.
Yes.
As property manager, what do you enjoy most about your job?
I have to say the tenants, the residents, they are absolutely wonderful. They are delightful. They have a lot of history to tell you. They're appreciative of what we do for them. They have no problem telling us if they're not happy, but it's a good training tool for us. And
Yeah.
they are just delightful.
That's great.
Yeah.
So what are some of the plans for the future of the developments?
Well, for Graysonville Terrace, we have, under the direction of Natalia Miles, who was my predecessor, we were able to update the air conditioning systems. We were able to update the sprinkler systems. And since I have been there, which has been a short period of time, we've been able to update the landscaping. As a matter of fact, yesterday, the tree contractor was there to treat the trees, and they will be there to trim the trees and get the property managed. At Terrapin Grove, there's a lot coming up with them, and we're excited about it. We're working in conjunction with Donna Walls, who is also my predecessor, and we will be looking at expanding the laundry room. And I think Donna told you of some of the things that she's done there, which is wonderful. We're also looking at updating, or I should say installing, a security system at Graysonville Terrace so that the citizens feel a little safer and we'll feel a little safe about it as well.
Right, that's great.
Yeah.
How do people find out if they're eligible to get into one of your units? And is there a
Okay.
waiting list or a system they can find out more about it?
Yes, we have a waiting list. But unfortunately, George, our waiting lists are closed. And our waiting lists are closed because they are so long. We want to be able to, accommodate the people that are on the waiting list now.
Right.
We need affordable housing in Queen Anne's County, and that's for all ages, under the age of 62 and over. In our developments, you have to be over the age of 62. So we just have that much of a need, even with our seniors that need affordable housing.
Right.
You know, majority of our county are single-family homes. After you get a certain age, you're unable to maintain that home, and you want to go into a smaller space where you don't have to have as much maintenance. And we have citizens who want that, but we just can't build it as fast as they need it. It's definitely a big challenge for us
Something
in our
the county
county.
needs to look at.
Yes,
Something they're
absolutely.
working on, they need to look at. You do have housing units available for other ages and families also within the housing authority,
Well,
not just for the seniors.
That's
those are
correct.
the ones you manage, right?
that's right. The seniors are the ones that we manage, that I manage, I'm sorry,
Right.
yes. But we manage other housing developments as well for under the age of 62 as well, and therefore low to moderate low income families.
That's great. Thanks a lot for coming in, Renee. It's good to see you again.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Now we have Jose Loza that's joining us today from the Housing Authority. He's a maintenance technician with the Housing Authority. Can you tell me a little bit about your position as a maintenance technician with the Housing Authority?
Yeah, I am working for Terrapin Grove and Riverside. I am responsible for the daily repair in the building, such as like lights, heating, air conditioning, and plumbing. I will complete any work orders received from the tenants. I am also responsible for keeping the grounds clean and well manicured.
Yes, yes. Do you do all that stuff yourself, or do you have a few people that work with you? Or
Not
do
just
you,
me.
Just
just
you?
yeah.
Man, that's a big job.
It is, because the building has 85 apartments.
That's a huge
plus,
job.
Plus 9 cottage.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot.
It
So
is.
that means you have a lot of different skill sets.
Yeah.
You're a jack of all trades and could do a whole bunch of stuff. That's
Yes.
a lucky find for those guys, I think. Tell me about some of your accomplishments in 2012.
Yes, I am completed classes in electrician, and I am now in class for continuing education in plumbing.
Oh,
So
that's
maybe
great.
I'm gonna finish next month.
Yeah, so you're
January 1st, I'm gonna finish that class.
That's good. You're adding even more skill sets to the
Yes, yes.
stuff that you already know. That's great.
It
What
is.
What do you enjoy most about your job?
I'm be happy if the tenant is happy what I'm doing.
Yeah.
This what I'm.
So you find the
enjoy.
tenants
Yes.
are very appreciative of.
Yes, I'm doing every single day with the tenants. They making me many work orders, so I try to do much as I can.
Yeah.
If I'm so busy, I have to organize, but the priority, much we need to do some.
Prioritize which ones to do
Yes,
first. and
yes.
What to do next. But you probably meet a lot of people that way. I'm guessing you meet a lot of people because you have you meet a lot of tenants because you have a lot of
Yes,
work orders.
it is. It is true.
Well, it's been a pleasure to meet you, and thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now we have Larry Taylor with the Housing Authority, and he's new with the Housing Authority. How long have you been with the Housing Authority?
A little over 6 months.
Right. Can you tell me a little bit about your position there?
Well, I'm the lead maintenance mechanic for Foxtown, Fisher Manor, and also Graceville Terrace.
And what does a lead maintenance mechanic do?
Well, we have certain work orders that we fulfill, such as plumbing, electrician, or just basic necessary repairs that they need in the facilities.
So across the board repairs,
Yes, yes,
basically in any kind of field that might be related to the
yes,
housing unit
yes.
itself. Okay. What do you enjoy most about your position?
I guess, I enjoy, doing the work orders and making sure that our residents are happy, because at the end of the day, it's all about our residents. And when they're happy, it makes us as a
You're
whole
happy.
department,
Everybody's
makes
happy,
us all
right?
so happy, yeah.
Do you find a lot of the residents are appreciative of
Oh, yeah, very
this stuff?
appreciative,
So
yes,
you
they
enjoy
are.
meeting some of the residents?
Yes, I do. When I think about the seniors and my dad, who is 85 years old, so it's kind of nice, to be able to give back to the seniors that, was before us. So I feel pretty good about that.
That's great.
Feel pretty good.
Does your dad stay in one of the
No,
units?
he has his own home, and
Yeah.
so far, so he's doing pretty good.
What are your goals for the near future as it relates to your job?
I guess to put together a stronger preventative maintenance program that will allow us to meet all the necessary repairs that our seniors have and our low-income homes has, and also be able to do our work orders in a timely manner.
Right. More on a schedule.
Yes,
If
yes.
you can get ahead of it, you can put them on a schedule, I guess.
Yes, yes.
And then
yeah.
you'll have sort of less catastrophic maintenance or
Yes,
something.
yes,
to do.
that's right, yes.
That's good. That's a good goal. Well, thanks so much for coming in. It's nice to meet you, Larry.
Thank you very much.
Now we have Billy Reap from the Housing Authority. I think, Billy, you've probably been working for Queen Anne's County for a while. haven't you?
6 years.
Not too long. Then,
Not too long.
But long enough.
Long enough.
Have you always been with the Housing Authority?
Yes, I have.
Can you tell me about your position there with the Housing Authority?
I'm the Housing Choice Voucher Manager, which is a system that issues vouchers. It's a HUD program. It's a federal program. And we have 136 vouchers for Queen Anne's County, which I
So what are the vouchers
oversee.
for?
The vouchers are to allow clients who are very low to
We're
low
eligible
income,
for the
as long as they
income level.
meet the income levels, to go out and find their own rental unit, and providing that the landlord accepts the voucher and the home meets the housing quality standards
And then that
set by
pays a
HUD,
percentage of the rent? Or?
then we pay a percentage of their rent, and they pay a percentage based on their income,
Right, that's good.
normally around 30%.
So that's different than what you usually have, where you guys have, some of the other people have told me about where they're managing specific properties. Your program that you manage just allows them to go
It's all over the county.
anything that a landlord, any place where a landlord will accept the program. Can you tell me what you feel some of your accomplishments have been throughout the past year?
Well, our major accomplishment last year was when HUD issued a directive that we could lease up to our maximum based on our budgeting. And we were able to go through the wait list, pull off up to 28 names, I think it was,
That's a
and
lot.
actually get 23 people on vouchers.
That's
And I
great.
did that in the space of about 2 months. The problem with HUD is their budget always comes out late. And you're mid-year before you know what you're actually going to get.
Right.
So
So
What
you
the-
only have half a year left to
to
get
get
it
up
done,
and get the money
get everything done.
flowing and get it to the client.
What do you enjoy most about your job?
Seeing clients when they're happy, when they first get a voucher, when they find their first house and actually get to move into what they want, and believe it or not, the kids.
Yeah.
When you see the client, that's one thing, but when you see like if they have small children, it can really just get to you.
The kids feel like they
it
have their
drags
own
your heart
place.
into it. Yeah, they've got their own rooms.
Yeah, kids love to show you that room.
Yeah.
That's for sure. That's the first place they'll take a guest if they
Yeah.
come over. You got to see my room. Well, that's really good. So you enjoy.
I
what you
enjoy
do.
my job. Yeah.
You get a lot of enjoyment out of it. You guys have made a lot of changes over the last year, I think.
Oh well, we've had to move from being under the county to moving out as a separate entity, the Housing Authority. And we got a new director who had to go through all this, and she has been quite busy
Right.
getting everybody in position, getting our staffing getting us offices, making sure that all the clients are served. She's a very client-oriented person, and working with her has been a pleasure, and
She's keeping you guys rolling.
she's keeping us rolling. She
That's good.
keeps our nose to the grindstone.
That's good. It was a pleasure to see you again too, Billy.
All right.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, George.
Now we have Audriana Hudgens with us. She also works for the Housing Authority, and I'm glad to have you with us today. Tell me about what you do for the Housing Authority.
I am the receptionist, and I also do the accounts payables and receivables. I really enjoy the people that I work with. The Housing Authority has a great staff who are always willing to teach, and I've learned a lot.
They're keeping you busy.
Yes.
Tell me what you think is the most challenging part of your job.
The most difficult part of my job is trying to help people find affordable housing. I get a lot of phone calls from people looking for places to rent, and it's difficult to tell them that most of our wait lists are closed.
Yeah.
So we don't have many options right now.
Well, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.
And I enjoyed seeing you again. And finally, I spoke with Wanda Sheppard, the new executive director. Tell me a little bit about some of the things that you've been doing since you took over last year.
Well, first of all, since becoming the new executive director, I brought maintenance back into the Housing Authority. We used to contract it out, and as a result of that, we reduced our budget by $400,000.
Wow.
Yes.
That's huge.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And then you have more control probably over.
That's correct.
You
That's
know
correct.
somebody knows all the units and
That's
is
correct.
extremely familiar with them.
Also, we're changing the way we conduct business at the Housing Authority. We are raising the bar as it relates to customer service for the clients that we serve. One of the major accomplishments is we transitioned from Queen Anne's County government, and
Right.
that was official on June 30th of our fiscal year close in 2012. And when I came in as the executive director, one of the things that I had to do was put together a comprehensive action plan. And in that action plan included over 30 action items that had to be completed in order for us to reach our target date. We had to get benefits, insurance benefits
So that
for.
we're no longer part of the county system.
That's correct. That's correct. So one of the things that I had to do as an executive director, I had to find health insurance for all employees for the Housing Authority. Also,
That's a big job.
yes, a very
unto
big
itself.
job, especially with the small, we are being a small agency.
Yeah.
And then also pension benefits. I had to locate suitable facility for our central administration office.
You guys have a nice office. In
Yes,
town,
we
I've seen.
do. As you know, we
Not
moved.
too extravagant,
No,
not too big.
No. And as you know, we occupied this building here in the county building on Liberty Street. And May 1st, we moved to the Torcio building, which is located 205 East Water Street.
Right.
And we will be on before June 1st purchasing those suites, because after I looked at...
Oh, in the Torcio building?
Yes,
Wow.
that's correct. After I looked at entering into a lease for 5 to 7 years, it would be cost effective to purchase.
And they're willing to sell.
Yes, we went into not a rental, we went into a lease purchase agreement.
That's great.
So we
so
will
you're
be,
forward thinking on this
Yes,
stuff. You're
yes.
saving money and
Yes.
making improvements.
Yes, so
That's great.
that was a major accomplishment. And also back in March, we closed on 4 lots up in Churchill. And we are working in collaboration with the Queen Anne's County High School teacher Ronald Frederick and the students. They are currently building those foundations.
Well, the high school teachers.
Yes,
And the high school
and the
students are gonna
students.
be involved
Yes,
in the project. of
that's
building.
correct.
So you're going to build some new units, some
Yes,
scattered site? Are they
we're
scattered
building
site
some
units, or-
scattered site, and it will be 4 houses that we're building for teachers to purchase up in Churchill, Maryland. So we're really excited about that.
Tell me a little bit about what the Housing Authority does, sort of an overview.
Okay, the Housing Authority provide We have public housing that we provide for families that are eligible, and we have 25 units down in Graysonville, Maryland. We also provide housing for seniors that is low to moderate to very low rent, and we also provide scatter site housing, and that is helping families that have vouchers. They live into the scatter site for 5 years, and then they move on to home ownership.
Oh, so the scattered site, even though it's a voucher program, that's where they can sort of lease to buy almost.
That's correct.
But then you also have a voucher program where it helps support the rent.
That's
subsidize
correct.
the rent if
That's
a landlord's accepting of being part of the voucher program.
That's correct.
Is that part of the scattered site also?
No, that is not part
That's
of the
just part of
scatter
the voucher
site.
program.
That's part of the voucher program. The voucher program and the home ownership program are two different programs, because the voucher program, we issue them a voucher once they are determined eligible, and we allow them to go out and find their unit. That's why it's called housing choice.
Right.
They have a choice. As long
the
as
scattered
that
site is something you guys are
we own.
Right.
And we allow the voucher holder that is in the Family Self-Sufficiency Program go into that unit for 5 years and then go on to home ownership to purchase.
What is the most challenging thing you find as being executive director?
The most challenging for me is when families come in, individuals come in, and we can't help them.
Yeah.
They are not eligible to get on our waiting list because a housing choice voucher waiting list is closed.
Because there's not enough properties to
it's-
just continue to add more and more people
That's
to a waiting
correct.
list.
That's
And give them
correct.
hope that they'll be getting one of the units anytime soon.
That's correct, because we do currently have a wait list
Yeah.
for the housing choice voucher. Or they may say to me they're living in their car. They may be living with a family member. They're about to get kicked out. To me, that is very challenging, knowing that we cannot help them. It's just not enough affordable housing
To go around.
here in Queen Anne's County.
And I had heard lately that the homelessness rate was up
Yes,
a
it
lot
is.
in Queen Anne's County, and a lot of people may not be aware of it because you don't necessarily notice it all the time.
That's so
You
true.
don't always see all the homeless people in Queen Anne's County, even though they're really there. So that is a big challenge for you.
It's a very big challenge, very big challenge.
You want to tell me what your mission is for the Housing Authority?
Well, our mission is, one, to acquire additional affordable housing and additional funding. And we also want to get other programs under the Housing Choice Voucher Program, such as Veterans Administrative Supporting Housing. The acronym for that is VASH.
So that's already a program.
That is
that you
already
guys
a
could
program that
Try to become accredited
Yes.
to facilitate or something.
That's correct. You get vouchers for the veterans.
That'd be
So
great.
we would love to get those vouchers. Also, we want to get vouchers for, it's another program called Family Unification Program. It's referred to as FUP. It's a program designed to help families stay together.
Yeah.
They are about to separate due to lack of housing.
Right.
So we definitely would like to get that program as well. And also mainstream vouchers. Those are vouchers for the disabled. And also project-based. Those vouchers are vouchers that are tied to the unit. The subsidy is with the unit. So it's other programs out there that we want to get. But as the executive director, it is very important to me that we, as a housing authority, provide safe, decent, and affordable housing to the highest quality, consistent with available funding. And we want to transform our organization. We want to expand. And we want to transform the lives of the families that we serve, as well as the community.
It sounds like you guys are doing that.
Well, thank you. We're
And all-
trying.
And all the programs you spoke of certainly are naturals for you guys to add to the list of things that you're working on, so that makes a lot of sense.
Well, we're excited.
Yeah.
We're looking to do big things, and we want to change the face of the Housing Authority in how we've done business in the past.
That's great. Thanks so much for taking the time to come in and meet with me today.
And thank you so much, and your staff, for having us. We thank you and
our
appreciate
pleasure.
you.
Thanks, Wanda. To learn more about the programs and services available from the Queen Anne's County Housing Authority, call 410-758-8634 or go online to QACHA.org.